Hello, welcome pen friends. As I'm filming this, tomorrow will be May 1st, and I'm a little bit behind the curve on what I'm going to do for Chris's inked pens for May. But I do have 3 pens from April that I'm going to continue with. So I'm thinking that I won't ink more than 5, and I got out a few that kind of called to me. After I did my ink explorations, I got out 6 pens actually that were kind of calling to me based on the nibs and the colors I'm looking at. But I thought, even though I'm not completely finished making decisions or organized, I'd still come on here and just talk, because I really kind of need to inspire myself even, and I'm not quite there yet. But so there's no plan here, no format. I'm just going to start, and hopefully Coco won't jump in the middle of this, because that could be very scary. You stay there, hon. Stay there. Okay, I think first we'll talk about the 3 pens that I still have inked up, just so that you can see. These are still very much making me happy. So I'm going to stick with these. The Opus 88 Coloro in red, and this has Algonquin Maple still by Fair Swill Press. I'm super happy with it, and I've got a little less than half a fill, so I'm going to keep on going with that. So I've got, as I'm making these decisions, I've got to keep this color palette in mind so I don't, you know, double, triple up on colors. And then my Opus 88 Demonstrator from Stylo and Styles. This one has Sailor 50 States Vermont, and it's beautiful, and it is a May ink that I would have picked because my home state is all about the green, and this is Sailor Vermont, so I'm going to stick with that. I've got more than half a fill because this was a last minute April fill. And then I've got a pen that I've completely cleaned out and refilled. So it's not as if it's been like this, you know, month after month. I've completely finished the fill and refilled it, and I'm about half, maybe about right there with Cross Violet. This is the Opus 88 Omar. But I noticed, you know, that's 3 eyedropper pens that have a pretty large capacity. So I'm kind of looking for some smaller capacity pens to fill in the rest of what I do this month. And 3 is not enough, because this is not enough color for me for my letter writing. So I might as well let you know right off the bat. That was a neat little experiment, but that's about as far as it's going to go. Okay, so I've got them in my Sinclair, and I'm definitely going to continue with these 3. And I'm going to keep these in mind. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of... Oh, the other thing that won't leave me alone is that I really feel like I want my little Moonman mini, Wancai mini with the broad nib, filled again with this Vinta Makopa, because nothing compares to it. It just was such a great note taker, and I've missed it ever since I cleaned it. So it's probably going to end up being one of those permanent fills, which I hadn't really thought about, but I do think that in some cases I just can't, like that Cross Violet in the Omar. So, I mean, that doesn't happen to me all that often, but there's just a few combinations that I really just don't ever want to be without. So I think that's going to end up being one. So I'll put that aside. I want to show you something else first before we get too far into my thought process on pairing these pens up. So I think I'm going to clear the set and show you what I've been doing in the ink journal real quick. Okay, so here we are in the Unison composition book that pen friend Marilyn sent me, and I'm thinking this is so much fun to fill this up. I am going to show you the Pen BBS. Coco is on one arm here, and he's wanting to come through the set, and I can't let him. It's a Pen BBS 153 Burning White House, and it's a shimmer ink. It's just really awesome. So I'm really thinking about putting this in my my Lamy, I call it my review pen, because I've been pretty rough on that for almost 5 years, and I think I just sort of like to see new inks in that. So that's like number 2 combination that I'm thinking of. But way back I had done the splatter in here, and it's just gorgeous. Let's see if I can get a better. Yeah, it's got all that gold sheen. I mean shimmer. And hold on, I've got to have cat removal here. Coco has just been such a good boy today. He's laid down all day with Manuel. Manuel's under the weather. He ate some tangerines that really upset his stomach, so he's been having a rough day, and Coco has just been his nurse all day, it seems like. So I feel bad that, but he can't, if he runs through all this, everything's going to avalanche. So I'll have to give him special attention when I get done. But this shimmer ink is gorgeous. Pen friend Kathy sent it. But today I just got it into my glass nib pen and just experimented with it. This is going to be hard. I think he's thinking this is our time here. Well, I thought Coco could be in his window next to me, but no, it's not going to work that way. He'll have to stay on the other side just for a few minutes while I do this, and then he could come over and steal my chair while I edit, and I'll probably end up in a ladder back chair or something. I tell you. So, here we are. This is just where I put this. The splatters were already done, and I just wanted to try it out, and it really had a real nice shimmer in the letters. I'm hoping I can at least show you that a little bit. The lighting is something else. And then I'm going to flip over to where I tried out a bunch of samples that were sent to me by pen friends. And so I did this. This is a spread right after my last entry, which was Laban Hera, which was part of the April lineup. So I just kind of flipped. I left a page because I knew that it would do this. The CVS caliber would do this, and this is the same. It's a high quality paper though. Tomoe River would also do that. It just seeps a little. You could still use most of this. It's just that the highly saturated inks do seep through. Let's check that other side. Yeah, see, you could still write back here, but I like to give it a real good chance so I can see really good. So this is a lot of fun. This represents, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, because 2 pen friends are MB, so they get to be real anonymous because there's 2 different people with the same initials. So like 5 different people. And this is real recent, like in the door this week, and some that have been around a long time. And I found a couple that I like Diplomat Orchid. I want to work with that one too, which I forgot I had just squirreled it up on my little spice rack ink shelf. So here we started with Robert Oster Old Book Smell. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. And I don't know if you can see that, how that gave a real clear edging sheen. I just thought that was just amazing. I just used a paintbrush. I'm trying to like infuse some enthusiasm into my ink and pen world, which I have it. I do. It's just I've got a heavy load and some things I'm learning to do, and I'm trying to take over lawn care, and I've kind of got a lot of programs running with worry and things like that. So I think I've got to, you know, pay more attention to getting to my pen desk no matter what. I used to always do that, but here lately I'd kind of, I'd focused quite a bit more on other things, and I need to have that balance. So it really was fun doing this. That's the takeaway for me about this. And then this one, this is a gray. I guess it's gray. It sure looks gray. Robert Oster Soft Kitty, Warm Kitty. That's a nod to the Big Bang Theory and Sheldon's song that he had to have sung to him. I love that. Not sure how that's going to be in a nib, but I want to find out. Definitely want to find out. I don't think I had decided which nib yet, or which pen. And then next was Robert Oster Tea Time. Isn't that beautiful? That is a beautiful green, and it was coming through real nice, even as it begun to fade off of the pen that I used there is the glass nib pen that I've always used. Thank goodness it's hung in there with me. I've been real kind of careful with it, except it doesn't look like I got that rinsed off very well. That was probably another Coco. I have to blame the cat, I guess. I guess we always do. That's not fair. Okay, next up is Robert Oster Coffee Date. That is gorgeous. It makes me think of Cafe Crema, kind of. I'm not sure if it's going to be as saturated or dark as it'll help me a lot once I see it in a standard broad nib, either a Lamy one or well, anything broad. Without that glass nib, the thing is you get more saturation in the beginning and then you begin to see where it kind of levels off. And then next is a shimmer ink, Robert Oster Stargazing. That's gorgeous. That kind of made me think of Tranquility there for a while. I don't know. I'm not sure because I have not made a tile yet. And I just wasn't into making all these tiles today. So I decided to just do it the fun way or the quick way, just to get a good look at these inks. But I'm seeing red sheen. I'm seeing lots of silver shimmer. I hope you're seeing that too. Oh my gosh. It's pretty. It's really, really pretty. In fact, I've got that one in, that's why I had all these ink sample holders out so I could kind of pick the ones I thought I was going to ink up. And then, I'll have to eliminate and decide. Okay, then next is another shimmer ink, which it's not quite as drastic on the shimmer, so I don't know if I didn't get it shook right. I can see it. So I would probably blame me on that. It's kind of an orange, a beautiful orange, Robert Oster Campfire Crackle shimmer. And that's gorgeous too. That's really pretty. That base color is fine even without the shimmer, but I'm thinking, let's see. I put that over here. Let's take a look at the bottom. Yeah, there's plenty of shimmer in there. Huh. It's just not as heavy on the shimmer as the Stargazing. At least that's my initial opinion, but we're talking real quick here. Okay, here's another one I love. I seem to be attracted to teals and blue right now. I don't know if this was earlier I did this. I've already run to the store for a Gatorade and Sprite and all that, so I probably ran to the store like that. Oh well. Robert Oster Morning Mist. I just love that. I love that complexity. I'm thinking of that white and rose gold TWSBI Eco for that, but I'm not sure. I do want to see it in a broad nib because I think that'll really showcase it. But yeah, doing this spread did get me really interested. And then I found a really old sample that I'd meant to play with a long time ago from pen friend Casey. This is Sailor and Tintera's Spicy Chipotle. Now there was another one that came with it that was something to do with tortilla, and that one did leak a little, and so I had just a little bit, but oh, it was gorgeous too. So now I got to find that one. It's in another container, I think. Generally speaking, all of my new untried ones are here on this tray. So I've got 32 besides the ones that I'm targeting for this month, and that's actually quite good for me, but it's overwhelming still. But it's beautiful, this one. It's kind of when I look at it, I see like brown maroonish, kind of just gorgeous. And I see some green sheen and all kinds of nice complexity. I love Sailor inks, so that's another really pretty possibility. Then this one I have to put in a nib. I've had this a long time. This is another pen friend with MB. There's two, and like I said, with all kinds of purple, like violet sheen. It's Diamine and Cult Pens, Little Mull. Now, maybe that's red, but I don't know. It almost looks violet to me, to my eye, and then in the camera, it looks quite red. Huh. And then last but not least, in this spread, I had room for 10, excuse me, is Diamine Harvest Nutmeg. Very pretty. I said it might be or I put question mark saturation. I'm not sure how well saturated that'll be. Okay, so I managed to get 10 in here to really look at. Pulled right out of this week's mail plus some of the older ones. And what I realized was this needs to be the prescription here, for some of this anxiety or some of this overwhelming changes that are going on. I just need to work my way through all of the new samples and not really beat myself up about how long I've had some of these, because I know I have had some of these for a long time. And I did notice that at the very same time, 2 pen friends sent me 4 of these of the same one, but oh, they're beautiful. I mean, I'm not sorry. They didn't know and I didn't know that, and so it was sort of a convergence there. But what I think I'll do is continue getting these all in here just so I can really look at them. I love doing the splatters every month of the ones I'm writing with so I can really examine the properties even more. So I've done that, and I've enjoyed that every time for quite a while. And just, you know, you find out some really interesting things about how the ink behaves when you do the splatters. It's not like you're going to write with it that way, no, but it's a lot of fun. So I look forward to that too, as well as continuing to explore this notebook and filling it right up, because I'm not quite halfway. Halfway would be here, so I've got quite a bit more. I think this had 70 pages. I don't know, maybe it says on the front. Oh, 80 sheets. Okay, so it has 80 sheets. That's good, because I got a ways to go. Quite a ways to go. Okay, so now what I think I'd like to do is narrow down no more than 5, but I want 5 matchups, and then it's just going to mean a part 2, because I'm not ready yet, but I'm going to be, because I got pretty excited when I remembered that I had the Lamy 2000, and I got really excited. Let's move this over. When I remembered how much this pen would probably go really nice with this Diamine Cult Pen's Little Mo. It's just gorgeous that way, you know, and I had a stub nib in it, so I just pulled it right out and put in a Goulet broad nib. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a done deal. That's going to be this one. So these two will go together. And what I will commit to is not only doing these, but if they don't have a, I know Vinta Makopa has a tile, but I don't know whether Diamine Cult Pen's Little Mo, I don't think I'd done a tile on it. I can't believe how long I've had this sample and not yet written with it. So there's one. That's going to be the Moonman with the Vinta for sure. I can't get that out of my mind every morning when I take notes. And then the Jinhao X750 with the Diamine Cult. And there was one more. Oh yeah, okay, I've already decided. Pen BBS, the Burning White House, or 153, Burning White House. It appears to be, I don't even know if that's supposed to be a gray or black in the background, but it's gorgeous. And I do think a Lamy broad nib is the place for it. It'll give a good, generally I've had pretty good luck with shimmer inks in this pen. So let's do that. Let's see. Gotta find it. I'm gonna make sure that I'm ready to go. When I finish this, I can ink these up. I've lost this one several times. I lost track of it. There it is. Okay. Oh, and I had this out because sometime back I ordered a couple of these Inkapet ink sample holders, and I love them. And I can't believe I never did a video on it. It just shows you that for a while there I was a little insane with my ordering and purchasing and so on. And I got you know, just too overboard, I think. But I love these, and I've continued to use them and enjoy them. What happened was, I think it was this model, or maybe there was a variety, were in the Ink Flights boxes, and when I went to try to get one, of course they were sold out. And so then I realized, well, let me see where they're getting these, and sure enough, it's a young man that makes them, and you can go right to his website and order them, and oh boy. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm not ordering this year, so I'm just being happy for other people's orders, because that's where I'm at. Okay, so we've got 3. We've only got 2 more possibilities. Let's see. I like to get things mixed up. I've got to make this just as idiot-proof for myself as I can. Okay. Okay, so that just leaves us with choices, right? Oh, I had my eye on those other 2 blue inks, both Morning Mist and Stargazing. Let's look at them again. So I hate to mess with too many shimmer inks in one month, though. I think I'll do the Robert Oster Morning Mist first. You know what? I wonder if that would be good in the Lamy 2000 because it's a really, really wet nib. So if it is slightly dry or it isn't, I mean, I bet you that would work really good. And it would be really pretty, and I don't mind experimenting. So let's try that. Well, that's 4 right there. Okay, just one more. Now, I've got to think about the color palette. I've already got a purple. You're getting to see what normally I've already done by the time I talk to you, but that's okay. I don't think there's any law anywhere that says that every video I do has to be the same. So I think sometimes I get a little rigid with my, you know, stuff, my process. Okay, so I've already got these inked up and in the Sinclair. So now I'm going to have like a almost black, gray. I'm going to have a nice blue and then pink, kind of magenta. So far we're not doing a whole lot of overlap. And then we've got this blue, which is way tealer than even than this green is. So yeah, we're getting a little close there, but that's okay. I don't mind that. Okay, so just one more. Oh, see, I don't do it by pens usually. I usually like to pick ink first. So that's interesting though, because I'm not actually stuck. It's just an opportunity to see what am I missing for color. Okay. I'm sure you're probably yelling something. I think this is going to satisfy pink. Definitely dark blue. There was one thing I did tell somebody. I said I'm gonna have blue black this time. Something in blue black. And I really was. I really meant it. So let's look at the full bottle. Yeah. Let's look at that and see. Maybe I'll just pick the ink. I'll have to locate it, but let's get into the blue blacks and see. I should be able to just tell you, but it's because I know I've got a couple that I want to really look at. Let's see. Yeah, my TWSBI blue black is really good, and it's nearly permanent. I love the Fountain Pen Revolution blue black too. I haven't used that in a while. A Parker blue black is a little too bright for this particular, what I have in mind. So let's see. Oh God. Oh, I tell you, if I could impart any wisdom on a newcomer, it would be do not overwhelm yourself like this. I don't, you know, I understand that this part of this is personality. But let's see here. What else? Gosh, I know I have tons of blue black. I believe I even have a whole bunch of samples. That's probably what I need to be using to try them out. That's not my favorite. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm going to get my blue blacks, the little shell case. I'll be right back. Okay, I found it. It's there aren't as many in here as I thought, but there are some. And I hope they line up. I hope I haven't already gone through and taken too many out. Let's see. It's funny because I don't think this one, which is really getting to me, I'd really like to try this one again. I don't see it here, which means I've moved it, I guess. Oh, I hate when I do that. I've got a whole bunch of them I need to file. I really need to pick something that I can find. And it would be nice to like empty a, you know, finish one. Cairn Dash Magnetic Blue. It's pretty, but Aurora Blue Black. Ooh, that's pretty. How much do I have in there? Let's see. Ooh, that's really saturated. Huh. I like Aurora inks. I think we might have a winner. And I think just instinct-wise, I'd like to see it in the Diplomat because this has a really nice broad nib. It's got a cartridge converter, so it's not another piston filler that I have to, you know, either fill halfway or worry about finishing. In fact, that came out of an ink flight quite a while ago. I probably already explored it, but it looks really pretty. It's got the old-fashioned, those were my beginning little cola ring indexes. They were something that my mother had given me from a Smithsonian thing. Okay. Yep. Well, now you get to see, sometimes I just have to push forward and make decisions before I just jam up and can't decide anything. So we have our 3 that are already done. And a couple of these will probably need tiles. I know Morning Mist in the Lamy. This one has a tile. Did we? Oh yeah. It's burning. That's so I can go fill it at the sink right now. Cult Pens Little Mole. That's going to be pretty. Aurora Blue Black. So did I overdo or did I pick 5? Let's see. I'll get rid of everything that I'm not using. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now we're going to have 8, and it looks like a pretty good variety of color. But you'll get to see that more when I come and do a little bit of a update, which I may not wait till the middle of the month, since this is kind of, this is way different than usual, but it's whatever I can do, I guess, right now, which I want to enjoy it. I don't want to make it too, you know, force myself to just do everything exactly the same every time. So, there we have it. I really enjoyed doing this. I look forward to putting all the rest of the ones that I have in sample form in here that I haven't really written with, and that'll give me a chance to weed out some of them. Because it's funny, I see this Pelican Star Ruby, and I know I did this, at least a little bit of a feature on it. It came in an ink flight, but I'm pretty sure a pen friend sent me some knowing I liked it, and so I've got to, you know, check on it, check and see what my notes were in my other ink journal on that. Okay, so that's where I'm at. And I would love to hear from you where you're at. This is still very much a healing and fun hobby for me. I'm just finding that I probably did things exactly the same too much, and I just sort of got myself into sort of a odd little rut, and I don't, that's self-inflicted. It's silly. So I kind of enjoyed just doing everything backwards this time, and I will come back and let you know how these go. And we'll have splatters, we'll have how the nib worked with the ink. I am very much biased toward broad nibs. It's just what I do and what I enjoy the most. So, okay, and thank you everyone who's ever sent a sample. I have enough samples. I have enough ink. I could do more than the rest of one lifetime with it, but I really appreciate because it's given me a chance to try some that I would have never seen except for on Instagram. I'm sure that is just so shimmery and amazing, huh? And the names of some of these. Oh, did I not get? I didn't get the gray one about the kitty. I didn't get Sheldon's ink. That's crazy. Soft kitty, warm kitty. Oh no. Well, there may be a surprise in here when I come back, because I really wanted to see that. I wanted to, you know, I love gray inks, and it won't take me but 5 minutes to figure out whether this is going to be a dark enough gray for me in an ink. Okay, stay tuned. I'll see you next time. This is getting toward 30 minutes, so hopefully it has either inspired you or made you see what not to do or something. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Stay safe.